Hello, how you guys doing? What's going on? I heard it got very crazy and wicked in the court today dealing with Cassie and Diddy. I have a reaction video for you guys. I know you guys love those reaction videos. And this reaction video, it is going to tell word by word, line by line, exactly what Cassie was saying during this whole today trial. It's been said that she still have feelings for Diddy. She still have love for Diddy. I even heard she named her daughter after Diddy. That she was constantly seeing Diddy after the horrible things happened to her. And a lot of people are taken back because the picture that they painted that she was forced, that she hated him, she despised him, and he was just a horrible monster to her. Well, clearly, the picture that she's telling is far, it's so different from what has been painted, which got everybody like, what in the hell is going on? But let's look at this video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot.
Blacked out for the Intercontinental event?
I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different.
But you said blacked out. What did you write here?
I wrote, when you get fucked up the wrong way.
You meant drugs?
And alcohol.
Here Mr. Combs writes to you, I am so horny for you.
At this moment, the prosecution objected and said this was not in evidence. Then they continued.
Here Mr. Combs is asking you for sex soon after the Intercontinental, right?
I was saying how he felt.
What did you write back?
I wrote, we need a different vibe than Friday at the Intercontinental.
Mr. Combs wrote, Fuck Friday, I don't even want to do that again. What did you write?
I wrote, LOL, true.
Mr. Combs suspected you of having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone?
We were in a car, and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it.
It was a big fight.
He was just gone.
For how long?
A few hours until my mother called the police.
Did Mr. Combs go through your phone?
I think so. And he called someone on it.
The person you had an affair with?
I don't know if he's playing anymore.
But he was an NFL player, and he was jealous. Wasn't there a time he found out you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone, right?
I don't remember.
It was Chris Brown.
I was not dancing with him.
Look at this. It's from 2013.
Now I see.
What else did Mr. Combs take?
My car, my passport, when he was angry.
Let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in rehab.
I vaguely remember.
Why did you go to Sedona?
I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs.
I'm going to go to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to go get the video you'd heard about. What did you write?
I wrote, you keep putting me down.
I'm going to play you some audio.
At this moment, the defense played an audio. This voiceover is what was said in the audio.
If you saw a video of someone f***ing me, who was f***ing me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? 'Cause I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will kill you. Cut you up. I will f***ing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I am going to fuck you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Tell me.
That was you, right?
Yes.
Did Mr. Combs express concern about these videos being released?
When?
Ever.
Yes.
The escort, Jonathan. You thought he took a video?
Yes.
Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure the video did not get released?
I don't know.
You had a conversation with Jonathan Audie that was transcribed?
I'm not sure.
He was volatile?
I didn't trust him.
What did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Audie was recording?
He said he'd take care of it.
Are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page?
I am not.
Now let's talk about rehab. Do you still take Suboxone?
Something like it.
What does it treat?
Opioid addiction.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled by the judge.
You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats sexual compulsion.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge asked for a sidebar.
Did you get neurofeedback therapy?
Yes.
What is it?
They hook something up to your head and show you things. See how you react.
Were you told the effects of it?
Help me with my trauma.
Did you participate in EMDR?
Yes.
What does it do?
Memories and processing them.
The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories, like for PTSD. You were being treated for PTSD.
Yes. I was still physically developing.
You were 22.
Women keep developing after 22, don't you think?
But you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22.
I am not.
This message is about having a freak off without ketamine, right?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
May I confer with counsel?
The judge said, no, but we will take a break. Then they came back and continued.
Mr. Combs wrote, "You're so predictable. You've said you were going to tell him you didn't want to do freakouts anymore, but you didn't say it, did you?"
I did not.
Here, you were suggesting freaking off with a girl. You say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
You decided to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you but suggested couples counseling?
I don't know.
In August 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right?
Yes.
I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger.
I wrote, my family knows I am not running around telling our business. I wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first.
Please read these.
I wrote, you lied to me. She never went away. It was the nail in the coffin.
You meant Gina, the photo?
Yes.
In your civil lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs raped you in September 2018 after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right?
Yes.
Did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023?
Yes, not the exact date.
In this meeting, you said the rape took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at that dinner.
I don't remember exactly that word.
Did you meet the U.S. on April 8th, 2025?
Around then.
This message to FB. Who's that?
Frank Black, a name he used.
He wrote, "I'm in an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him?"
I have love for the past and what it was.
After this, they took a sidebar, but then continued.
You wrote, "I didn't mean to be a bitch. I just don't get the time." He writes, "Just need you to be positive," correct?
Yes.
DX1309. This is about a yoga instructor?
Yep.
What did you write?
I wrote, I've stopped even caring.
But you did care.
Yeah.
So he said, "You could date other people. Let's just talk about it," correct?
Yes.
What did you write?
I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9.
He writes, "Can I hold you? Or are you just going to break up with me?" And you write back, "We can embrace LOL." And you wanted to hug him, right?
That's what I said.
Did you have sexual intercourse with Mr. Combs that night?
I did.
And during that, your now husband FaceTimed you.
Yes.
Your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time?
I don't know what he knew.
Later, he discovered it?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled.
You didn't tell your husband you were raped.
Not that evening.
After Ms. Porter's memorial service, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11 years all about?
Yes.
That was hurtful.
At that time, yes.
And after that memorial service, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right?
I did not.
He let you go, right?
I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go.
You got married to the love of your life, right?
At this moment, the judge interrupted and said to take a break.
Ms. Ventura, we're almost done here.
Thank you.
I will read Mr. Combs' messages. You're going to make a beautiful mother. God bless.
I said, thank you, God bless. I wrote, we should talk and have closure.
Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, "You were always my ride or die."
I thought it was nice.
You'd been craving that.
Before. I don't think I was craving now.
You shaped you over 11 years. You shaped each other.
Yes.
Your husband's a physical trainer?
Yes.
The house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to mansions.
Yes.
You were preparing to tour with a Matt Testa.
Yes, he's an engineer.
Once you settled your lawsuit, you canceled the tour, right?
Yes.
Because you no longer needed the money?
That wasn't the reason.
After the hotel video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is the issue, right?
Yes. I still feel that way.
DX1015. Mr. Combs wrote, "Want to freak off one last time." What did you write?
I don't want it to be the last time. I want freak off for the first time.
No further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked the prosecution if they wanted to redirect, and it begun.
Ms. Ventura, you were shown this message where you ended. I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that?
Yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI.
You were shown messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving?
Yes.
Did those periods ever last?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
No, they didn't last. There'd be a downswing.
What world did Sean open up to you?
A world of chaos.
In your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have sex with?
Only him, at that time.
When Sean wrote, "Seduce me all day," what did you do?
Write about FOs.
Were you able to cancel work obligations for freak-offs?
Yes, if I was told to.
When you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you?
Through Mia.
He said he didn't remember hurting you. Did you believe him?
Not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I'd seen him be violent with other people.
On the way back from Cannes, what did Sean do?
He played a video of me having sex with an escort.
What did he say he'd do?
He'd release it.
When you got to NY, what did Sean ask for?
A freak off or he'd release it.
When Sean wrote, "You ready for tonight?" what did he mean?
Freak off.
What were you afraid he would do if you did not do that freak off?
At this moment, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it. Then after Cassie said,
I don't know that week.
the judge interrupted and said, "Next question."
Do you have any doubt that Sean raped you?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I have no doubt.
After Sean raped you on August 18th, did you later have consensual sex with Sean during which your now husband FaceTimed you?
Yes.
Why did you cancel the tour?
After I filed my civil suit, I was overwhelmed. Addressing the past the way that I chose to was overwhelming. I didn't want to go.
Do you plan to file more lawsuits?
No.
Would you give the $20 million back if you hadn't have had to do freak-offs?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I would give it back to get my agency back.
Did he beat you during freak-offs?
Yes.
Were you open to freak-offs at the beginning?
At the beginning.
Did you tell him when you no longer wanted to do them?
Yes. More than once.
What concerns did you have about saying no to freak-offs?
Safety, career, love.
No further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked if there was a recross, and they continued,
You knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these freak-offs, right?
I learned.
It was part of being his girlfriend?
Yeah.
You kept your old device?
Yes.
And freak-off videos in this case. They were all on those devices you kept from 2012 and 2014.
I don't know what year.
You were able to stand at his side at the Met Gala. Being his girlfriend gave you access to producers.
Yes.
Beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians were you put in the studio with? Were you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
You were put in the studio with Lil Wayne.
Yes.
And with Rick Ross and Pusha T. Am I forgetting any names?
You've got a lot of names.
You are self-conscious about your musical talent.
I wouldn't say that.
You had a bad performance on 106 and Park.
Early in my career.
You did music videos. Were they successful?
At this moment, the judge asked for a brief sidebar. Then they continued.
D-Rock was like a member of your family?
Yes. Like a brother.
The assistant Mia, you also had a friendship with?
Yes.
Okay, here you begin with an explicit message, and he responds with one, you are actively sexting.
Yes.
You stated that you were feeling overwhelmed after filing your civil lawsuit, right?
Yes.
You recently received a settlement from the Intercontinental?
No.
You made a demand?
Yes. $10 million, maybe.
At this moment, the judge asked anything further, and the prosecution said,
I just have one question.
but the judge said, I was asking Ms. Esteval, can you wrap up in 2 minutes? And they continued.
This is the last thing I'll ask you to read, Ms. Ventura.
Thank you. We need closure and understanding.
Why'd you keep your devices?
I was afraid of what was on them. I wouldn't take them to the Apple Store.
One question. You just reached a $10 million settlement with Intercontinental last week before trial?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled, and Cassie answered.
Yes.
At this moment, the judge took a break and revealed the next witness would be, in his words, special agent. And we do know that the next witness, after Cassie, would be special agent, and Don Richard. Diddy's defense, however, objected to the testimony of special agent, and Don Richard and the judge said, why is this coming up at 3:30 p.m.? Going forward, you just address things before the courtroom. This was the end of Cassie's testimony. What did you think of